everybody, it's Gloria with Glory Bee Resale, and I'm here to do a What Sold video from July 6th through the 12th on eBay, Poshmark, and Etsy. And the first thing to sell on eBay was this L'Oreal Paris Color Rich lipstick. I sold one of these for $11, cost me 96 cents. Next item to sell was this vintage Touchin 100% wool cardigan sweater, and this sold for $39, and the cost to me on it was $6.99. And the last thing already on eBay to sell was this J. Jill Love Linen Blue Floral dress, and this sold for $32, and the cost to me was $6.99. Over to Poshmark, and the first thing to sell on Poshmark was this Happily Gray tie front beige pinstriped pants, linen pants, and these sold for $20, and the cost to me on them was $6.99. Next item to sell, and this sold pretty quickly, was this Portland leather, dark brown pebbled leather crossbody. And this I picked up for $5 at a local yard sale. And this person offered me $25. I countered with 30. They accepted and it was sold. Sold within a week anyway. Next item to sell was this vintage 1950s pair of Sirocco wood two wall sconces, and these sold for $50, and the cost to me on them was $5. Next item to sell was this LL Bean green heathered rib jersey, and this sold for $19, and the cost to me on it was $3.50. Next item to sell was this vintage British khaki linen collared jacket, and this sold for $19. Cost to me was $3.50. Next item to sell was this Nick and Zoe round neck handkerchief dress, and this sold for $25. The cost to me was $6.99. If you wouldn't mind giving me a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. On to the next. Christopher and Banks stretch multicolor floral midi skirt. This sold for $13. Cost to me on it was $2.50. And the last thing to sell on Poshmark, and happy to see this go, was this Farrell Women Williams Adidas collab floral crew neck sweatshirt. This I have had for years. I bought this back in South Boston, had to be 4 years ago or more, and happy to see this go. Somebody offered me $15. I happily took it. I just wanted my money back, and it's gone. It did not sell well. It was also I bought it because it was a collab, and collabs were very popular, but it was also a 2 extra small, which is very small. So again, happy to see it go. Whoops, I just lost one. Oh, sorry about that. We'll have to get over to my completed. 98. Here we go. Sorry about that. But the next thing to sell was this Santa on a tricycle, and it was a Christmas ornament, and he sold for $19, and the cost to me on it was $2. Next item to sell was this vintage small wrought iron black rooster table lamp, and this sold for $29. Cost to me on it was $2. Next item, vintage 80s country 3-heart wall shelf. This sold for $89, and the cost to me on it was $5. Next item was this vintage small dark brown wicker weaved basket. This sold for $22. Cost to me on it was 99¢. Next, I sold this vintage tin Wonder Shredder 3-piece set for over the bowl shredders. This sold for $38, and the cost to me on it was $6. Next to sell was this vintage 1980s wooden heart cutout shelf peg display curio, and this sold for $42. Cost to me on it was $3. Next to sell was this vintage lot, 70s lot of 8 tulips, and if you've been watching me, you've seen these before. I believe this is the last of my 4 lots. I bought a one big bag for $7.50, and I split it into 4 lots, 2 of 8 and 2 of 5. So this is the last set I had, and these sold for $39, and the cost to me on them was so next item to sell. So the last item was this vintage slim wooden rolling pin, country farmhouse baking, and this sold for $29, and the cost to me on it was $3. That is everything that I sold for the week of July 6th through the 12th. And just curious how everybody else is doing. I have found eBay painstakingly slow this summer. It usually slows down during the summer, but to be only selling 2 or 3 items a week is crazy for me. I've been selling on eBay 15 years. It's just unbelievable that that's how little I'm selling there now. Um, so anyway, anybody else have their opinions on how things are going on eBay? Are they going fantastic? Are they going terrible? Things usually slow down during the summer, but this is excruciating. Hopefully it'll pick up for the season 4, the end of the year, but anyway, that's everything for now, and I will see you next time. Bye.